Alright guys, thanks for joining me. This is your host, ID Jester. We're looking at John Tiller's Panzer battles. We're going to be looking at both the Normandy um, game and also the Curse game because we want to just kind of go over some stuff, and this is mostly going to be like an overview, a quick look, and also some strategies. Mostly for maybe some newer people, some people that haven't played this system very much, or for people that are just looking to try something different. So, first things first, I actually wanted to show this off. So, we got some exciting news on the John Tiller software front, actually. There hasn't been a lot of news recently, but they've now released a couple updated campaign games. So Smolensk in 1941 and Stalingrad in 1942 Gold Edition have been released, as well as a Panzer Campaigns demo. So I would highly recommend that you check these out. We'll actually go to the products page here so you can see. So these are the Panzer what are they? Panzer campaign battles that they've been updating. The War Game Design Studio WDS has been working on, and they've updated the maps and the counters, the scenarios, and I will click on a few of the pictures here so you can see with the new updated look to them. Let's see, we'll do this one as well, and maybe a closer view one if we can find that. Some new art over there for the different counters, which is pretty cool. Let's see what else we got here. All right, let's check out this one. There you go. So just some updated 42 scenarios, 10 individual scenarios covering early fighting in July and August. All kinds of really cool updated things. So totally happy about them re-releasing the Panzer campaigns with these new updates. So kudos to them for that. Let's see, products page, here we go. So you can see here, we'll just click on this one. I actually have, instead of the NATO counters, you can actually have the images of the actual unit on the counters now, which I do like, because obviously I've been playing a lot of the Panzer battles, and that's kind of the default look. I think it looks better than the NATO counters myself, but that's for you to decide. New look on the side panel here. So pretty exciting news there if you're looking at any of the John Tiller software games. You definitely check that out. You can go to obviously johntillersoftware.com and check out all the new updates. So I know they've been working on this. If we actually go to the, I think it's this page here, War Game Design Studio. So they're obviously wargamedesignstudio.com. You can find out these are the gentlemen that have been working on this. You can see the games that they've released. And this is how I actually found out that they had released these games, was going to their website and checking it out. So a lot of stuff. Obviously, their Panzer battles as well. The gentlemen that have been working hard on this. The current projects, Panzer Battle 3, and updating all of the different Panzer campaigns to the Gold Edition, new maps, new counters, new look, and also standardizing everything to the John Tiller design. So that's pretty cool. And of course, here we are, the latest releases, Stalingrad 42 and Smolensk 41. So if you're interested in the Panzer campaign battles, I would highly recommend you go to these websites and check them out for yourself. At the very least, you can download the the free demo that you can download and check it out if you're not familiar with the system. So that's pretty cool. Alrighty, so let's talk about Panzer battles specifically. We're going to be looking at a scenario. We're going to be talking strategy. We're going to talk about um, the John Tiller Panzer battles specifically. It's in a format that I really think I enjoy. It's not, what's the best way to put it? It's not over complex, but it's complex enough that it gives you lots of options and strategies to employ. So, first thing first, if you've been watching and following along, I've been trying to play some of the Panzer battles for the Kursk. And those scenarios have not gone very well. And I'm just going to load up a scenario here just to give you a kind of a rough overview of what they look like and talk about them a little bit and see the difference between the Kursk battles and the Normandy battles. And I think there's quite a big difference. Obviously, I loaded it without Fog of War on, which I think, and we're going to talk about this later, but I think that should be like the default, is because of the difficulty of these scenarios. It's just incredibly difficult. I find that the scenarios, at least for me, and let's start with this, that I am certainly not an expert at Panzer battles. I am certainly not an expert. I've read through the rules a couple times. I've learned some things. The more you play, the better you get, etc., etc. But the one thing that I've learned through playing all this, and that I should be able to give to new players or players looking to get in this system is, it's as the attacker, it's very hard to get anywhere when you have defenders that are entrenched and lots of defenders. Kind of the way that you have to do it is move your units up, obviously, get adjacent, use your artillery to break the enemy, or just demoralize the enemy, or disrupt the enemy. I forget what they call it in this system here. Disrupt the enemy or break the enemy, and then assault the enemy and force them out of that location. You saw the little pop-up that when we started this, that this scenario is 12 turns. And to actually get if we go to victory conditions, just to get a minor victory, we need 25 points. Just for a minor victory. If we look at the scenario here, there's 5 points here, 5, 5, 5, and a 10. So 10, 20, there's 30 points on the map. But as the attacker, you're going to be coming up and you're going to be losing units because you're going to be spending all your action points moving your units instead of firing like the defenders are. You're going to be losing. You're going to be losing a lot more men and everything. So when you look at a scenario and it says, "Oh, okay, 25 points just for a minor victory," we know that that means I got to get this 10-pointer, a couple 5-pointers. And maybe this 5-pointer. Maybe I don't get this one, but I still got to get most of these points. Not only do I have to do that, but I have to out-battle and out-damage the enemy, which is never, ever going to happen as the attacker. Normally, no matter what war game you play, whether it be Advanced Squad Leader, or if you play Panzer campaigns, or if you play anything, the attacker is always taking more damage because they have to do the moving. They can't focus in on just attacking, sitting in their little bunkers or in their foxholes or whatever, and just being able to attack the enemy as they move. And you also lose a lot of your attack power because your units are moving and spending all of their actions moving as opposed to actually attacking. So you've got to outbattle the enemy, and you have to get all of the objectives. And you can see here in this scenario there is I don't know 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. There's 17 enemies. There are 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. So there's actually less attackers in this scenario. I don't think there's, oops, hang on a minute. I don't think in this scenario, yeah, there's no reinforcements coming for either side. So we have a 16 attacking a 17 that's already entrenched, and they have mines as defenses. They also have this raised railroad here, and you're going to be taking lots of damage as you move up, especially if you go into travel mode, where your units will take extra damage. You got to get up adjacent to this guy. You got to hope your artillery can disrupt him so that way you can assault into that hex. You got to hope that your units aren't disrupted themselves. You actually have to go into on foot mode. They can't use their vehicles because you can't use their vehicles to go over this raised railroad here either. And there's 17 defenders as well. I think in this scenario there is an air mission. There are air missions that you can assign to give you a slight advantage. But I find this throughout Panzer battles Kursk. It's just, if we look at the scenario I was playing earlier, which happens to be the Kitzroy log scenario. So we're just going to load that up. If you watch that episode, we're basically on this side of a major river here. We have a couple crossing points here. One in this location here, one in this location here. The enemies are well entrenched. If we look at them, you can see this one's in a bunker, 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 this one's in a bunker. Everyone's in a bunker. Not only that, but they have mines just about in every hex. And you have to cross this river. You can get your engineers to help people across the river, but they're going to be taking a damage. And not only that, but look at all the Soviet Union. I mean, it's going to take you several major turns to get across the river just to get a couple of these guys disrupted and get them out of their bunkers. And then you're going to fight all the way through that, and all the way through this, and all the way into this. Wow, some of these scenarios are just, I don't know how well they're balanced, especially because if I click on the fixed location, fixed units, which means these units can't move until they've been released by the scenario, you can see basically we only have infantry that can go across. The Soviets are fixed because, well, they don't need to go anywhere. They're just going to sit there and, mow you guys down as you try to get across the river. So when we played this scenario the other day, there was some, I didn't understand that the engineers can actually, this engineer here, can actually allow this guy to cross the river as long as he's on foot. And unit cannot cross a river hex side. Oh, he has to be in travel mode. That's the other thing. You have to be in travel mode and on foot just to go across the river and get blown up by a bunch of mobs. And probably a bunch of enemies as well. So, extremely, extremely difficult scenarios. We talked about this in just a few minutes ago, that as the attacker, and I don't care which war game you're talking about, whether it's Panzer battles or any advanced squad leader or combat commander or whatever your war game is, the attacker, I mean, you got to have a 2 to 3 to 1 advantage just to stand a chance against the enemies, especially when they're entrenched with mines and everything else. You're going to need at least a 3 to 4 advantage. So trying to break through this onslaught is just incredibly difficult. Not only that, well, you only have 35 turns. So I mean, you got to figure 5 turns to get through this first line, and then 5 turns to get through this line. That's 10. Another 5 to get through there. That's 15. Basically half the scenario. I guess what I'm going over with this is it's just I don't know how well these are balanced for playability wise. Nothing against the John Tiller and the games because I love them. I think they're great systems. I think they're great games. I'm just not 100% sure that these are completely balanced scenarios. Like I said, that's not just that one scenario that's been difficult. I mean, we've gone to, let's look at, is this the one I want to look at? No, we don't want to save that. Okay, sure. Here we go. We got a nice force down here. And a pretty decent sized force up there as defenders. Again, they're probably, yeah, they're in bunkers, they're entrenched. Rather difficult to get. You know, let's see what the victory. Oh, no. I want the victory conditions. So you're going to need 70 for a minor victory. 70 for a minor. Looks like a 10-pointer there, a 50-pointer if you can get all the way up there, and a 10-pointer here. Plus, you know, you got to out-battle the enemy because every time you lose points by losing units, which you're going to lose a bunch, it's going to be rather difficult. So anyways, yeah, I thought I would mention that because I think a lot of people bought the Kursk because it came out first, and they probably were a little frustrated because they couldn't, you know, they couldn't complete the scenarios. They were getting their butts kicked, and you know, it just wasn't any fun, and so they probably quit the system or wasn't enjoying it or whatever. So I thought I would mention that because I think there's a big difference between actually, I'm just going to get rid of that now. I'll bring up the Normandy one. When we bring up the Normandy one, it seems like these scenarios are much better scenarios, actually. Much fairer scenarios. And seem to be more well balanced if we look at, I don't know, let's just look at, let's look at this scenario maybe. Let's see here. So 18 turns. Oop, let's try to zoom in halfway decently. All right, so you can see here, not a lot of units, quite a few defending units, not very many attacking units. Must be coming in as scheduled. Yeah, there's a whole bunch coming in, obviously. They all Axis. Now, there are some Allied as well. Allied, and then a bunch of Axis there at the end. So I think these scenarios, for whatever reason, seem a lot... Oops, I don't want to say that. For me... Oops, I did it again. Let's look at what you're doing. There you go. For me, I think they're a lot fairer balanced. When we looked at and played this... which one was it? Yeah, it was this one right there, yeah, actually. So this is a scenario we actually put on and uploaded in our channel not too long ago. 10 turns, more of a defensive battle. But you can see quite a few defenders on the map as well. Pretty good size force of Allied units with some pretty good units there. So probably, again, maybe a little bit heavy on the defensive side, but you do have quite a few units coming, and this time they are all allies. They all come in. There is actually 2 Axis there that come in. Plus, these guys, I believe, yeah, these guys are all locked in a position. They're all fixed, so they can't move. Especially these units down here at the bottom. They can't move for like the first 10 turns or something. So we ended up playing as the Germans and defending this location. The enemies came in, and basically we were able to take over this. But we did a good job of fighting them off. And I think we won a minor victory. And it was a good, clean fight. So I don't know if it's, what it is with the Kursk, if there's something different about the system. I looked at both of the different so Axis turn 1. So Axis are going to be attacking in this scenario. So you can see, man, there's still a lot of defenders. Look at all these defenders. So basically, the Axis are attacking. So they got units here, and I'm assuming these are their units here. And then you have the regular Soviets that are in the brown, and then you have the guard units, which are in the red. Oh my gosh, I mean, it just doesn't look like the attacker stands any chance. Now, I mean, to go along with that, I know that John Tiller and the designers of all the different scenarios, they spend a lot of time and research making sure they get everything as spot on as possible. And I mean, these might be exactly the units that were in this battle, and to the best locations and everything, but you have to adjust the scenarios a little bit to make it a little fairer or even with victory points or something, just to give the player. I mean, look, I mean, there's just, if we learned anything with this system, is a line of guys can stop an army. 2 or 3 guys can stop an army from moving forward. That's as easy as it gets. If you're the defender, you can stop a whole army by just putting a few guys in some bunkers and making them take attack after attack after attack on you. Anyways, we're going to show you this because we're going to be playing a scenario now. This is called Authie. I'm hoping I'm saying that right. Authie. It might be a French word, so it might be Authie. This is northwest of Caen. It's June 7th, 1944. It's going to be a brigade size plus. It's head-to-head or human versus AI for either side. With the coming dawn of June 7th, sporadic resistance from both the 716th Infantries and the 21st Panzer Division was slowing the Allied advance. But the British and Canadian Corps commands were expecting to continue their advance to their day 1 objective of Caen and Quapet airfield. The Canadians made slow progress, but it cleared the village of Baron, Authie, and Franqueville before being hit by hurried, organized counterattacks by Standard Führer Meyer Panzer Grenadier Regiment 25. The resulting engagement was the most vicious of the Normandy campaign and was to result in an antipathy between the Hitlerjugend and Canadians, marked by atrocities on both sides. This scenario focuses in on the Hitlerjugend counterattack that occurred late in the day, June 7th, D-Day +1, It's the 12th SS Panzer arrives. All right. Now, I've been talking a little bit about the difficulty of some of the scenarios and such. And that brings me to my next point of whether or not to play with Fog of War. Now, I'm not going to be playing with Fog of War because I want to be able to talk and show you guys what I'm looking at. A lot of war games that you play, there isn't a lot of Fog of War in them because of there's just not a lot of Fog of War in different games. Some war games there are, but not all of them. And I think it's specifically in this scenario or this scale, I don't think Fog of War is necessary or makes the game any better. In fact, I think it actually takes away from the game. Now, this is my own personal opinion, obviously. Everybody has their own views and everything, but with Fog of War turned on, you're at a severe disadvantage. And I don't find it realistic that a unit that sees an enemy 3 hexes away or 5 hexes away or whatever it happens to be, can't tell a unit that's right next to it, oh yeah, by the way, there's a unit over there, it's a bunch of infantry guys or a bunch of tanks over there, but it can call in artillery from units that are like 15 hexes behind it. Now, how realistic is that? It doesn't make any sense to me whatsoever. So I'm not going to be playing with Fog of War because, number one, I think Fog of War hurts the game system. I think you should be able to see the counters and understand what's going on because it brings up more strategic decisions for you to make other than, I don't know what's out there, so I'm just going to walk blindly into the dark and see what shoots at me. And that just doesn't, for me, that just doesn't make it any fun. So we are going to be playing as the Axis. The computer is going to be playing as the Allies. And the rules, artillery setup, I'm just going to leave them on default, but I just wanted to show you in case you guys wanted to look at them. All right, there we go, and away we go. All right, so Axis turn 1, 1 of 17, smoke available, 100, or 100, 10, that's a 10. 1 of 17. Here's our map. We are zoomed out so we can kind of get a general gist of what's going on here. So you can see just in the zoomed out mode that I think this scenario is obviously a much fairer in that obviously all the yellow units here are the attackers and the green and the blue units are the defenders. And if I don't know if you count them up, it looks like about a 2-to-1 margin there or somewhere around that area. We do have quite a few units that are coming on. And most of them, nope, all of them, as a matter of fact, are allied units. So they're going to be getting some reinforcements here. 1,700 is when they're coming. Right now it is 1,400. So in 3 hours, I think each turn is 30 minutes, so it'll be like turn 7, I think. They'll start coming on. And they're going to be coming on over here. Actually, you can actually see that if you go and click on one of these units. There's some units that are going to be coming here, and I believe some that are coming over there. If we just, yeah, some, you can see them starting to pop up over there as well. There you go. So I think for new players or players that are looking to play these kinds of games, there's obviously certain things we want to look at before we even start looking at the scenario. Number one, we want to find out what is our situation and what is it going to be throughout the turn. So you can see they're going to be getting a lot of reinforcements up here. The second thing we need to check out is our victory conditions, right? So we're going to need 600 points for a minor victory. Right now, we actually have 100 points. So let's look at the victory locations. Oh, that's not how to do it. Objectives, there we are. So the Canadians have 4 of them, the Germans have 1. If we click on the 1, you can see right there is our objective. And then the Canadians have the other 4. There's one right there. There's one right there. There's one right there, and I missed this one. There's one right there. So there's like 3 here. There's 2 up here, and then there's 2 kind of in the middle. So 2 up here, 2 in the middle, and then there's 1 here. So, but you notice that only adds up to 500 points. 2, 4, 5, right? So we need how many points for a minor victory? Victory. Again, we need 600 for a minor victory, which means we have to get all of the objectives, which are worth 500 points, and then we have to kill 100 points more of the enemy than we lose. So and that means basically, and this is just rough, this isn't written in stone or whatever, but basically each vehicle or gun is worth 1 victory point, and each 10 enemies infantry are worth 1 point. So that means if we need 100 points, we need to kill, a lot more of their units than we lose. So that's kind of here's the town of Caen. If we actually come in a little bit, you can see that there's the town of Caen here. All right. So the next thing, if you're new to this system, which I'm assuming many of you are, if you're watching this, there's certain things that I've learned that you can do that are going to make things easier for yourself to kind of get yourself wrapped around the system. So let's talk about that first. First things first is we want to click on the F key. The F key will show us any fixed units. So these units are not able to move. They're locked in place until either the scenario lets them move or something happens. But these units are locked in place. They can't go anywhere. So even though there seems to be a lot of counters on the map here, basically the only ones we're going to be worried about is this southern flank at this time until these units can get released so that they can then move and position and get everything. So we know the Americans are going to be getting in about turn 6 or 7. They're going to be getting a whole bunch of units up here, and they're going to probably pushing forward to get this 100-pointer. So we need to get these guys up here and secure. Probably all these fixed units are going to be making a dash across the hill and up this way to get our position, hold off the enemy, and then try to get those 2 positions. And then this southern flank, which are the ones that we're currently working on, are going to be coming around the left side here, busting through this defense here, maybe coming around from the back, and trying to capture these objectives down here at the bottom. And assuming they can do that, then follow up and continue up to the north there. And that'll be our game plan and how we're going to win this scenario. So we've done that. We looked at the fixed location of units. Just because they're fixed doesn't mean they can't fire, though, as long as they can see someone. So let's look at how to do that. If you click on a unit, it gives you the information over here in the top left-hand corner. And what you can do with that is you can then click on it and it'll highlight it, and then you can do either move it or attack with it or whatever. If we look at this unit here, we can then move it or we can attack with it or whatever we decide to do. But if you double click the unit, it'll automatically select all the units in that hex. So if I double click, you notice it'll automatically select this unit. The only time you have to worry about that is when you get a hex with multiple units in it. I've now selected both by double clicking on this. So I can unselect one. It just saves you extra clicking, I guess, by double clicking on the unit. or the space that the units are in. So if I want to select this guy, I can just double click on him. All right, so there are some very valuable information in the rule book. And one of the most important things you can deal with is artillery. And in this game, like most realistic World War II games, artillery is king. And this is why I don't like to play with Fog of War on, because if we look at this unit way back here, which is it's an artillery unit. It can shoot 48 spaces, blah, blah, blah. It's a Westpool. And what I can do with this is I can actually highlight the unit, which I did, and I can hit the B key. And the B key tells me which units on the map. It'll highlight all those units that can spot for this unit. Because this unit obviously can't see way over here. There's hills in the way and everything else. It can't see over here, but some of these units can spot it and say, oh, I see this guy here. So I'm going to radio back to this guy and tell him the coordinates to launch his artillery from. And you will notice if we actually go to the artillery dialog box, some of these units are big and bold and are able to be activated, and then some of them aren't, like this guy here. So if we look at this guy, we can actually tell it, well, who's spotting for this guy? Well, only these units over here are spotting for this unit here. And none of these units can see any of the enemies. Well, there's a big hill in the way, so they can't see beyond the hill. So to see anything on the hill, and I'm actually going to cancel out of this for a second, just talk about if you are new or don't understand this concept, it's very important that you understand you can't see anything on the hill unless it's on the edge of the hill. So one of the best tools you have is by clicking on a hex and hitting the V key. V is in Victor. And what that is it shows you what spaces you can see from this space. So from this space here, I can see down over here. I can't see down into the valley down here because I'm not on the edge of the hill. If I'm at the edge of the hill, I can see down in the valley. But if I'm not at the edge of the hill, I can't see down into the valley. So you can see there's a level, it's a big hill right here. So anything on the hill, if I click on it, you can see that everything on the hill can see one another, but they can't see off the hill. They can't see beyond the hill because I'm not at the edge of the hill. I call this, and I've done a lot of ASL tutorials if you're new to my channel, I call this the Grand Canyon effect. And this is what I want you to remember about this rule is, we went to visit the Grand Canyon a couple years ago. And we all know what the Grand Canyon is. It's a big, huge, massive hole in the ground. And we got there, and we got out of our car, we walked up to the welcoming center, and they welcome you in, you pay your money, and blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, where the hell is the Grand Canyon? And they're like, you walk out there, and you'll see it. And I'm like, okay. You literally can't see the Grand Canyon until you get to the edge of the Grand Canyon. It's because it's all flat out there. It's a big hole in the ground. So until you get out to the edge, you can't see down into the valley. So if I'm standing here and this is the welcoming center, then you have to walk over here. So just think of the Grand Canyon effect. Unless you're at the edge of a hill, you can't see down into the Grand Canyon. Same thing with the down in the Grand Canyon. If I'm at the bottom of the Grand Canyon, I can't see anything except for the edge of the Grand Canyon. So that's important to understand that. But this tool is invaluable for us in this game because we should try to figure out what the enemy can see, what they can see, and what we can do about that to help our advantage in getting into better positions. So instead of just randomly moving units around the map, we can try to figure out where good positions are to keep our units. If we actually look at this unit right here, this is an artillery unit. It's a QF 6-pounder Mark II Plus. It's a very dangerous unit because it shoots 24 firepower at a range of 8 hexes against hard targets. So it can take out our hard targets very easily if it gets a hold of us. So we know the units here. We know we don't want to be moving our tanks just up here in the middle because it'll have direct line of sight on us and be able to shoot at us. But over here, there's a hill between us, so it won't be able to see us. So we can move our tanks up here, be covered by the hill, and still have a good attack. So if I click here, you can see all these units right here. We can't see beyond the hill, but the enemy can't see us either. So the first thing you should do is try to figure out, click that V key and start clicking around in some of the units to try and figure out who can see one another, who can't see one another, and where good defensive positions might be, where good offensive positions might be. Next thing you want to do is you want to just look at your units. Some units here, if you right click, we select our unit and then we right click on it. There's a hard attack value, there's a soft attack value, there's a assault value, and there's an AA value. Hard is against obviously hard objects like tanks. Soft is against like squishy things like infantry. You can see that against hard targets we have an 18 firepower, but we only have a range of 1. Against soft targets we have a attack of 11, but we have a range of 4 hexes. So this unit is pretty good against both, but unfortunately it has to get right up next to a tank to do anything to it. As far as assaults go, it's a 16, which is pretty darn good. Okay, so we have, this unit is actually a Stuart 4. I'm sorry, that was a 5. That's a Stuart 5. We've got some more Stuart 5s here. We've got a Sherman 3, Firefly, some more Sherman 3s, some more Sherman 3s. Look at the difference, the Sherman's attack. 24 firepower. If we look at these Stuarts, it's only a 9 firepower against hard targets. So if we're going up against man-to-man, tank versus tank, our tanks, if we look at them, 28 firepower against hard targets. A defense of 11. Stuarts, attack of 9, defense of 7. So we outclass the Stuarts badly. Very badly. But the Shermans, 24 firepower, 12 defense, 28 firepower, 11 defense. So we got a little bit more firepower than they have. Not as much defense, but they're pretty equal, 12 versus 11. So we don't want to. So as we're clicking around in our units and checking out line of sights and things, we're looking at some of the units. Bad for us, as we talked about in the beginning. If you're just joining us, thanks a lot. Appreciate it. One of the things is we need to get 600 victory points for a minor victory, which means we have to outclass the enemy. If we get all of the 5 objectives, that's only 500 points. So we have to kill 100 points more of the enemy than us. So we don't want to waste our units. We want to get the best bang for our buck that we can get. So losing one of our, I think are these Panzer IV? Yeah, these are Panzer IVHs. So losing one of our Panzer IVs to one of these Stuarts, not a good trade. If we have to trade a Sherman for a Panzer IV, that's a fair trade. They're about equal class. So that's a good trade-off, 1 for 1. Obviously not what we want, though. We got to get 2 to 1 or 3 to 1. All right, so we talked about artillery in the beginning here. Artillery is king in this game. We have a ton of it. right? You can see there's a ton of artillery. Some of it's going to be good against squishy things like infantry. Some of it's going to be good against hard targets. Let's just see what we have. So we have a mortar. Mortars are usually only good against soft targets. Yeah, we got an attack value of 11 there. So we can find this unit by clicking on the little find button here. It'll highlight the space so we can see this unit's right here. So the way artillery is done in this game is if I can directly see it, I can get more shots off than if I'm way in the back here and somebody's going to radio to me or send a unit back here to talk to me and say these are the coordinates and then attack. So we want to get as much of our artillery that we can into position where they can do damage to enemies. So understanding what units are good at infantry and what units are good at hard targets is ultra important. So you can see here this mortar unit, I still have the V key on. Okay, if I don't have the V key on, it looks like I can see everything. Again, V key, V is in Victor. It'll show me just units I can see. Right now I can only see 2 tanks. We know that this is a attack of 2 against these targets here. So very weak compared to our 28 against hard targets. So shooting this at these guys, not good. We want to move this so it can start, damaging some of the squishy targets. But we don't want to just move this up here on the edge because as soon as we move this on the edge, look at all the units that can see us. So we're going to have to just try and just figure out where the best place is for him. In John Taylor games, the best thing to do is disrupt your enemy and destroy them. We do have, over here, this is an 8.8 centimeter flak unit here. So this is going to do 32 against hard targets at a range of 16. And since this can directly see these units, I know that because I have the V key selected. I know which units it can hit. We're going to be shooting this at one of these targets. And the question is, do we want to try and disrupt as many of these Stuarts as we can and then move up our infantry to kind of assault them? Or do we want to use our big bad weapons against these very dangerous Sherman tanks? That's a decision that you will need to make. I am currently contemplating what I want to do. Well, our backup plan is obviously we have some Panzer IVs here. It looks like we got some more Panzer IVs here. We have some more Panzer IVs here. What I'm trying to determine is we want to break through these units and get working on these defenders up here. And I don't want to be slowed down because as we learned in John Tiller games, they can slow you down defensively. One unit can stop a whole army. So we want to take these guys out. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to shoot these guys. And there we go. We got a vehicle dead just like that. That's not bad. That gives us a point. If we actually go into victory conditions, you will see we're up to 101 points. As I mentioned, each vehicle is usually around 1 point. It might be worth 1.2 or whatever. And each 10 men are worth 1 point. We know we have to outclass the enemy by at least 100 points just to get a minor victory. So we're going to shoot this guy again. And unfortunately, we didn't get much of a result there. And because I can direct see this unit, I'm not relying on anyone else. I can actually use 3 shots with this guy. Hey, that's exactly what I was hoping to have happen. We want to disrupt this enemy as much as possible because we want to move up our infantry units and assault these guys with our infantry. You can see they actually have pretty good hard attack values, but most impressive is their assault value of 16. Let's see what this guy is. The same thing. This guy might be a little bit different here. Yeah, he's only got a hard attack value of 2 and assault of 9. This is a headquarter unit. He's not going to be worth anything. So it's going to be up to our Panzer Grenadiers here, it looks like. But I don't want to just move this guy up because as he moves up, these other tanks over here will be damaging them. Units that are disrupted they lose their morale level. As farther their morale level goes down, the bigger penalty they get to their attack values. I think if it's so if you look, morale is a C is normal. So you don't get any bonuses, you don't get any penalties. C is just normal. So D is worse. It goes A to F just like a report card. So if you're a C student, you're just an average student. D is a little bit worse. F is the worstest. All right, so here's what I want to do. We know that this guy, as we just talked about the Grand Canyon effect, if you're just joining us, when you're on top of a hill, you can't see anything below the hill. So as long as we don't move people on top of the hill, these tanks are going to be able to do jack to us. We could move these guys up over here. So the only thing that's going to be able to hurt us are this guy that's on the edge and these guys that are down here. So I'm going to be pushing hard with our vehicles over here. We're going to try and destroy this little group. That's our game plan anyways. So that is the V key, which is vision, ultra important. Use it all the time. The second most important key I can give you is the H key. Once you select a unit, the H key will give you your range, your range where you can move to. Now this will be using up all of our movement points if we go to this space or any of the edge spaces. What I want to do is I want to leave enough points to move this unit a couple spaces and still be able to attack these guys. So what's the best way to do that? I can click on this unit right here and I can hit V. So I can do the same thing with my units as I can do with their units. This unit I've now got highlighted. I can see all the spaces it can see. So if it can see me, I can see it. So I know I only have to move this guy right here and we'll be able to see one another because this guy can see this space. So we're going to move this guy right there. Actually, I'm thinking about moving him up a little bit more. And we lost a vehicle. I got greedy there. Don't get greedy. All right. Well, we disrupted him. That's perfect. So as he attacks us with his disruption, you notice his morale is now down to a D. He's disrupted. It means they're not going to be able to perform as well. We got A morale. A morale actually gives us like a 20% bonus to our attacks, I believe. We still have one more attack. Let's attack. Do we want to get this guy at the edge? Because he can also see down because he's on the edge. Yeah. If we could disrupt him, that would be awesome. Alright, no effect. So, orange, or they say it's red in the rule book, but orange means you're done. Can't do anything else. So we got these guys disrupted. So even if I move more guys up here, when they do their defensive fire attacks, they won't be certainly as good. So now we're going to go back to our range, and I think I'm just going to stop right there. Vision, we can see. Got another vehicle. Try to disrupt this one up here. Nope. And that's it. Out. Alright. I wish I could disrupt this guy, but sometimes you just can't. So we're going to move Again, H. I can move up here, but I know if I move up here, it's probably I'm not going to have enough points to assault into that hex. So that might be okay. We're going to move him anyways. I don't want to go into travel mode. Lost a guy. Poor guy got killed. Now we can try to assault. Yep, doesn't have enough points to assault. All right. This guy hasn't moved, though. There are only one vehicle. Yeah, we should be able to disrupt. Oh, we got to select him. There we go. Attacking modifier of 50. Defending modifier 0. We're attacking at 98 to 2. If we had other units that we could throw into the assault, we could do that, but we don't. And so we're going to resolve the assault. So the first effect is the attacker, second is the defender. In this case, we have nothing happen to us, and we killed a vehicle. That worked out good for a change. For a change. All right, so we can get rid of that. And too bad you don't have enough movement points to assault there as well. Okay. You can still move. Let's move up there. All right, so we got a nice little force going on here. If this guy doesn't rally back, we're going to assault him next turn. All right, so we looked at the mortar unit here. So what we're going to do is we're going to try and use some of these other vehicles. H again shows us our range. So what we're going to do is we're going to bring this guy right there. It's going to take some defensive fire. That's all right. We can't go without. Now the next thing is to no valid target in hex. Interesting. Maybe, oh, we can't see him, I think, because he hasn't defensive fired yet. So we know he's there, we just can't target him because he is not defensive fired yet. And you're out of movement points. Okay. Threw me off for a second there. H again to see where we're going. We're going to bring you up right there. Alright. Can't target that unit because we know he's there. We see, we hear him in the town. There's actually a town there if we actually turn the units off. There's actually a town here. We can click on the space. Oh, it's a village. There's a village there. That's why we know there's something in the village. We just don't know where. So we can't target it. So we'll have to take a shot at this guy. We got a vehicle. Excellent. Alright. Let's bring this mortar unit up. Again, H. So right now, if I hit H, you notice its range is 0. Why is its range 0? You can't move any of these guns or mortars unless you're in travel mode. So what we have to do is you can either hit command and then change travel mode, or I like to use this little. If you look at this little sidebar here, if you take the sidebar straight up, it takes you to the change travel mode 1. So it's easy for me to remember that. We're going to change it into. Oops, I got to select the unit first. There we go. Now change mode. So now we're in travel mode. And you will notice there's a white bar here. So the white bar is going to tell us we're in travel mode. It's going to let the enemies know we're in travel mode. In travel mode, we'll take extra damage. But we need it because we're trying to get our unit up there. And we lost a mortar. Nothing we can do about that, though. Alright, so we're going to move you. We're going to move rather aggressively with these guys. We lost a man there. No effect. Okay, good. So we lost a guy. But, I mean, when you're talking big scheme of things, we have 53 guys. So losing a guy is not the end of the world. Headquarter units, we'll be fine. All right, so let's see. We have 5 vehicles here. What can you see? Well, let's look at our V key here. Can we target him? Nope, he is not defensive fired either. What about this schmuck boy? No effect. No effect. Oh, now he decided to shoot back. Alright, we got another vehicle. And a little bit of fatigue. What do we have in this hex here? We have mortar unit. And a flak gun. Good against AA guns, so obviously only, a 4 attack value against hard targets, but it does have a 15 against AA units. So we don't want to defensive fire, we don't want to use this gun. We don't want this unit attacking at all. It does have soft target of 9. That's not too bad. We might use that. We'll see. Alright, let's bring up some more vehicles, shall we? You come right there. Defensive fire. Nope, go right there. Thank you. Alright. You did defensive fire at me. We can now shoot at you. Haha. We're out of movement, but that's okay. We killed one of his vehicles. He's down to 4. We're going to move you right there. Nope. Select you first. No effect. Damn, lost a vehicle. Bastard. Lost another vehicle. Damn it. Alright, so we have this, what do we have here? This is 15 centimeter Nufflewarfer 41. Is that a Nufflewarfer? Again, hit the B key. We can see that units can spot it are right here, so we should be able to use this unit to attack any of these squishy units up here. And we got 2 men. But because we couldn't directly see it, we take a penalty, costs all of our attack. You are also artillery. Let's see, you do have some more movement points. Not very good against hard targets, more against the squishies. So if I click on this, yeah, we can move you right. Okay, double click, drag you up there. There we go. And we still should be able to shoot you. This unit is just out in the open. This unit's just out in the open. One of these, that guy's in a trench. Alright, do we have any more? Can we, nope, we're out of movements. You're done. You're done. Alright, let's look at our artillery dialogue. We looked at this a long time ago. There's our mortar unit right there. Yeah, against the squishies, he's not bad. So let's use him. See if we can get some. We disrupted him. Look at that. All right, you you get another shot? Well, hit him again. Alright, this guy is here. There's spotting units. You are good against soft targets as well. Let's... Nope. Alright. What do we have over here? Let's see. Let's see if we can get a couple more disruptions. More units disrupted, the better off we'll be. You are a... Where in the hell are you? Way down here, in the town. You're going to see and shoot this guy. Sure. Sure. Oh, we got a disruption out of that. We have some more unit. Let's see if we get another disruption. And one way in the back, I think. He's way back there. Are these guys that are grayed out? Because no one can see or spot for them. So won't be able to use those, and they're all fixed units anyways. Alright. So we do have this unit here, which is, again, a defender. What we want to do... You guys are all fixed. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yep, out of range. Actually, this guy's not out of range. Actually, he's got a range of 6. I wish he would have made these numbers a little bit easier or bigger to see. Might as well take a shot at this guy then. Oh, can't because this guy's in the way. So let's move you. Oh, you're fixed. That all right. So yeah, these guys are not going to be able to do jack. You might be able to. Nope, can't see him because they haven't defensive fired. He actually sees somebody because you see the little binoculars. He sees somebody. Who do you see? Is it this guy here? No. This guy? This guy. This guy? Not sure. It doesn't tell me who he sees, but he sees some. He sees somebody, but he can't target any of them because they have not defensive fired. Anyway, who do you see? You see good. Take a shot at that tank. Come on. Ah, now we can see you because you defensive fired. Okay, well, now that you've defensive fired, let's take a shot at him. Well, we killed the man. Got another guy. Oh, he defensive fired. That was oh no, we lost a vehicle. Damn it. We're gonna keep damaging them. One man, one man, one man. Nah, that's not great. Alright, so if you weren't in here for the beginning, we talked about trying to find out where the enemy units can see. This is a very dangerous unit for us. Hard attack value 24, so it's very decent. So we don't want to move our tanks out there where he can see us. So we're going to keep our tanks hidden behind the hill. I'm going to move you right there. Perfect. Vision. Hit him. Yep, that's it. Alright, let's take the other unit there. Alright, we got a vehicle out of that mess. Can't. Alright. Yep, I thought I went too far forward. This guy might be able to pick us off. That was not good maneuvering on my part. Got too rushy. Alright, so that's it for these guys. You've gone, you've gone. You're fixed. Yes, let's look at our fixed units. Can't do anything with these guys. We can. This unit can spot for this guy. Can I shoot somebody? Nope, not from back there. I can't. Okay, we do have some more units back here. We need to get. Are these Panzer Grenadiers? Yes, they are. We need to get these guys up to the front line. So I am going to put these guys in travel mode. Let's see. I'm going to bring them right there. Don't hurt me. Okay. These guys here. MG unit. Okay. Probably got some pretty good range. Yeah, they got a range of 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, so we can bring them in up over there would be a better idea. I have to go in travel mode to make it. Let's bring them right there. You guys, travel mode. Bring you up there with your brothers. Oh my god, stop shooting me, stupid tank. Stupid tank. Alright, so we got disrupted units. We're trying to disrupt them and then assault with our infantry units. This guy could actually not see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. He might. No, he doesn't have any movement points. Okay. Never mind. Never mind. I'm not going to move the headquarters up yet. Till we get rid of these units that are on the edge. Move this guy up maybe. What is he? He's a Panzer Grenadier. Yep, we need to move him in travel mode. Move him up as far as we can get him. Alright, are you guys locked or fixed? You are not fixed. You are a headquarter. SS Brigadier General, I don't know who that, BDEF. Wit. Hey, Westpool, how you doing? Nice to see you, buddy. Alright, so that guy's done, that guy's done. We are engaging the enemy here. So I'm just going to zoom out just to see. Let's look at the fixed unit. Oops, fixed. Yeah, so this guy's not fixed. He is looks like yeah, we need to move this guy up. He's an AA gun, so we need to protect our units, preferably our, Let's see where he can go. He can go there. Yeah, bring him up here. Might as well put him in with the headquarter unit in case they, I don't know, whatever, you know? I'm doing great myself there, Westpool. Thanks for joining me. I do appreciate it. Let's zoom back out and take a look at fixed units again. So this guy's not fixed, but he moved. This guy shot. This guy is like, he's in charge of like the theater type thing. I don't think we need to move him up. This guy, can he shoot? Yeah, nobody is subordinate. Actually, the headquarter unit actually can spot for him. I wonder if do we move the headquarter unit? How far can we get with him if we go to travel mode? Well, let's see if I go here. Let's look at vision. Yeah, vision from that space. I guess we should move this guy up. I'm gonna move him up. What's the worst that could happen, right? All right. Anybody else that? Yeah, there's this guy here. Yeah, I don't want to move him too close to the front. He's got a photo and everything, so he's probably some. Is that a new game? This is not a new game. Nope. Yeah, these guys with photos, I'm not sure they need to be up in the front lines. This game has actually been out for a while. I haven't played it much on my channel, but we've done some videos on it. I think we are done with our turn. Believe it or not, we are done with turn number 1. If we look at our victory conditions, we gained 4 points. We started at 100. We're now up to 104. So we got to outduel the enemy, as we talked about, by 100 points, plus get all the objectives. All right, I think we can end our turn. So next turn. Let's do, this is live stream number 1. What I'm going to do is just, the computer will start taking their turn, so I'm just going to stay quiet because the turns can take a few minutes, so we'll just let it take its turn and we'll see what happens. It's the Allies' turn, 1 of 17. Here we go. So far, so good. So far, so good. Oh yeah, took that unit out. Yeah, disrupted them. So far, not too bad, not too bad. Yeah, Wistful, I'll talk to you here in a second. All right, so I wanted to let that turn finish before I talk to Westpool here. So units have been released. Where is this? Oh, this guy here? Really? That's still 10 smoke. 1 of 12 headquarters out of command. 1 unit artillery, 1 unit recovered, and it's turn number 2. All right. So what you said, Westpool, is so John Tiller Software. They actually just released a couple updates to the Panzer campaign, Stalingrad 1942, and the Panzer campaigns Smolensk 1941. These are remastered, I think, remastered editions to the Panzer campaigns. Now, Panzer campaigns is a little bit broader, more zoomed out. Actually, let's go back home. Than the Panzer battles. So you got squad battles where each unit represents like a squad. You're talking 10 to 12 guys. Each counter on the map is like a single tank. And you have Panzer battles. Each counter represents between 30 to 80 guys and like 2 to 6 vehicles. And then you have Panzer campaigns, which are like each counter represents like 300 or 400 guys, and each vehicle counter is like 15 to 20 tanks. So depending on this, the mode you like, how if you're into like count lots and lots of counters. See, we'll just click on this since Westpool just joined us. So you can see here, this unit right here is 24 guns. So it's just like a bigger zoomed out. It's like if you stepped away from the world and zoomed out a little bit. This would be like a bigger. It's more of a strategic grand campaign type thing. So, Screaming Eagles. I think Screaming Eagles was the squad battles. So squad battles, World War II, I think was Screaming Eagles. Let's see. Yeah, Screaming. No. Eagles Strike is maybe what I think. Maybe that's what it was. Yeah, I like squad battles. Are my ultimate favorite. Obviously, being an ASL guy, working with that. Al, Red Sox fan, is in the house. Hello, Al, Red Sox fan. Hopefully, all is well with you tonight. So yeah, I'm a big ASL squad battles. I've played just about every system that you can think of. Unfortunately, the games in the system are very, very old. They haven't been updated, and uh, you can download some mods to make them look a little bit better. And for me, graphics aren't the end all be all, but I mean, I got to be able to see what's going on. So I hoping they can. I'm not sure they sold enough games in the squad battle system to keep them producing them, but I know they're reworking all the Panzer campaigns, which is a very popular series, and I know they're coming out with another Panzer battle. So this is as zoomed in as I can get right now. So that's pretty much that. All right, so if we hit our F again, that tells us, yep, most of our units are still fixed in locations. We're not going to be able to do much. So we'll just worry about our southern flank at this point. All right, first thing, artillery. Let's see what we got here. We got some mortars. We're going to rain death and destruction down on lots of enemies here. Another mortar unit from over here. We need to start damaging some of these guys. 3 men, we'll take it. Ah, disrupted. That's what we're looking for. Disruptions, disruptions, and disruptions. Let's see if we can try and get a couple more disruptions here. What do we have here? Okay. Ooh, another disruption. We are getting really lucky there. Let's try for this guy. Mortar. And that looks like all. Have you ever played ASL? Want to, but have been no one to play with. Westpool, I've done probably over 100 ASL videos on my channel, man. All right, so let's start down here at the bottom. Oh, we forgot to move these guys last time. We should have moved them. We do have a disrupted tank unit here. We're going to be using our infantry to assault it. Double click the hex. Highlights both of them. And right click. We're going to assault them right away. Boom. Let's resolve this assault. So they lost one guy, but they lost 2 vehicles. That's 20 points versus 1/10 of a point. Or actually, no, it's 2 points versus 1/10 of a point. So that is obviously a very good trade for us. If we actually look at our victory conditions, we're up to 111. So we made 11 points so far. Because we did start with 100 points. Oh, that's how you found me, was my ASL? So that's awesome. We need to get some more of these vehicles disrupted. So we're going to take this and start working on getting some of these units disrupted. If we can. Oh no, we lost a man. Lost a man! Lost a man! Alright, speaking of, We need to move said man. We are going to move you right there. Last couple more men. All right. You guys, if we take you out of travel mode, well, before we move up our infantry, we want to see if we can get some more disruptions. We need more disruptions. We only have one tank shooting. Ah, he killed a vehicle, though. Got another vehicle. That was a very good trade. 2 vehicles, and we got a little bit of fatigue. I don't like this guy shooting at us all the time. Let's... Alright, go back to shooting this guy. Yeah, we got a disruption. That's exactly what we wanted. Another vehicle, we'll take it. Alright, you're done shooting. Very well, very well. Now that this guy's disrupted, his attacks will be not very good. You guys can actually scooch up a spot. That would be awesome. Nope, you can't scooch up. Okay, you guys can't scooch up either. Let's see here. Where can you guys? You guys can make it there. That's what I'm hoping to get them, right there. How much defensive fire are they going to take? Well, let's hit them some more. See if we can. We're going to just pound the crap out of these guys. Man down, says Al Red Sox fan. Man down, man down. He's only got 2 guys left in that village. All right. Keep hitting them, boys. Another vehicle down. He's got 1 vehicle left. Come on, get that last vehicle. God bless it, I want that last vehicle dead. Come on. Oh, it's disrupted. All right, start hitting this guy then. All right, so you shot. All right, let's take our mortar out of... All right, so it's out of travel mode. That's the only way to really attack anything with it. So now, where are we going to go? Where are we going to go? This guy is no thing. This guy's trench. All right. Very well. See if we can get this guy out in the open. What do you mean? Friendly or unspotted hex. Really? Oh, crap. All right, whatever. Fine, be that way. This machine gun unit. Still in travel mode. Who can shoot 6 bases. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. If I hit vision, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we can hit both of these guys. All right, so we can take him out of travel mode. Start. Oh, because I can't see him. What about this guy? I can see this guy. Man down, as that Red Sox says. So the question is, Westpool, should I buy campaigns? Well, Westpool, I guess that's a question for you to decide. As I mentioned, the Panzer campaigns, if you get one of the ones that haven't been updated with the new graphics and everything, Stalingrad 42 and Sominsk, oops, go back. If we go to the products page. I mean, that's kind of for you to decide if you should buy it or not. I think it's their most popular series that they had. It depends on if you like your games with lots and lots of counters. You like to be broad strategy as opposed to more of a tactical, smaller units. You can see, I mean, in this hex here, there's like 6 counters. This hex, there's like multiple stacks of units. If that's your thing, then yeah, absolutely. I would absolutely. With the new updates, I mean, uh, I would look and read about them and 42 scenarios, 10 individual scenarios covering each, the Uranus campaign and 23 scenarios, historical scenarios, 9 December scenarios dealing with the encirclement of the Sixth Army. The new gold feature. Here's the new gold feature. So an additional 44 scenarios from the Volcano Man mods, making 86 in total. So you're going to get 86 scenarios now as opposed to 42. All new game graphics, including terrain, in-game counters, 2D and 3D units, as well as toolbar icons. All new sounds, game enhancement, including revised disruption movement and reinforcement, placing all function from the First World War campaign series. Right, that's awesome. And there's screenshots to show you what the new look looks like compared to the old look. I know one thing. The new look is much better than the old look. That is for sure. I like this look, but everyone has a different preference. Stackable units are fine with you? Sure, then you got nothing to lose then. Alright, you guys, since these guys are all disrupted here, we're going to move you now to that space right there. So we can start assaulting these hexes next turn. We talked about that. You're going to move right there. No effect. 2 men. You got 2 men out of that. That's alright. 2 men. We have 31 left, so alright, the headquarter units, we know we can move these guys up. You guys, move you up here. There we go. Alright, yeah, that's what I was doing, was actually trying to... You're out of shots. You were not out of shots, though. Can't see any. Oh, you can't shoot because you only got a range of 4. Yes, you're not the machine gun units. You only have a range of 4, my friend. We're gonna try and get him in this bunker right there. Now he's up close and personal, and he didn't take any damage either. Now our machine gunner should be able to shoot. He's out. You need to move up though. Let's see, 86, man. That's a lot of guys. Try and move them up in that bunker as well. Alright, not bad, not bad. You all shot, you're done. We did move that guy up. Okay, good. So I think everything in this... Oh, nope, this guy should shoot. You, shoot. Ah! Oh, you can't see because of that guy. Alright. Move then. Move it. Let's go here-ish. That's fine. Now shoot him. Shoot him! Yeah, that's it. Alright, that's fine. Got 110 men. Jeez, that is a big unit. It's a very big unit, actually. What's their range is 4 spaces? How much damage is he going to take? I was thinking about moving him up here into that little bunker. What are these guys? Maybe better to actually move this guy. Yeah, we're going to move you here, here. Mortar's already shot. We'll get to you in a second. We'll get to you in a second. You got a range of 4. You got a range of 6. All right, I'm going to move. Can you? Oh, you can't see because of that guy. Urgh! Move there then. Start shooting somebody. I'm part of a wargaming group where JT is very popular. Oh, really? Oh, okay. Also going to buy FOG2. Field of Glory 2. Great game. Absolutely great game. All right, shoot these guys. All right, machine gun unit. Get them, boys. Got a couple guys. Keep going. Nope, you're out. You're done. We're going to move you. You got a range of 4. We're going to move you there. Ah! Lost one of our AT guns. Two men down. Lost a man. Yeah, being the attacker, man, it's rough. It's not easy. All right, you are all about killing tanks. So kill a tank. No, kill a tank, I said. Wow. Okay, you did not kill a tank. Can you shoot him? No. Okay, I didn't think you could because these guys are blocking your view. And there is some mines right there. Yep. So we don't want to go there. Let's move you here. Shoot him. Damn. Come on. We have not gotten very lucky on our attacks. And you're on a movement. Okay. Fine. Be that way. We're going to attack with both of these units. That should do some damage. Right there. Oh yeah, look at that. Overwhelming firepower. 2 vehicles. Oh, and a disruption. We got 2 disruptions and 2 dead units. That's wonderful. I'm actually going to move that guy up there, and then we're going to do the same thing with these guys. More dead units. I don't know. Line of sight blocked. Oh, because of that guy. What about this? There we go. Go after that guy there. Not doing great. You're done, but you're not. You shoot. Alright, not bad. Not bad. Let's just check out our... where are we? Victory conditions. We're up to 121, so we gained 21 points on them. Which is amazing, being the attacker. This is our AA gun. We got 3 disrupted units there, a couple here, a couple down here, another one. Disrupting is good. Obviously. Can't shoot him. Can't shoot him. Got a man. Got another man. Alright. 2 of our AT gun right here. Right here, right now. Here we go. Ammo. Nope, nothing. defensive fire coming in. All right, come on. You got one more shot in you. All right, here's what I'm going to do now. We have a couple headquarter units back here and an M10, which has got a hard attack value of 31. That's pretty serious. Range of 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. If we get a tank here that's got a range. What's our range? 12. Yeah, we can outrange this sucker. We can make him move out of his trench. I don't know if they get the trench bonus actually. Kill them all. Gray Mauser. ARF, People's General. If you can forgive the graphics, beer and pretzels, but not too bad. Yeah. Yep. I think what I want to do is I want to move my mortar unit up here. Oh, it's fixed. I can't do shit with it. Sorry. Not going to happen. Okay. I want to move these guys up. And I want to assault this hex there and get rid of that thing. I'm a little worried about it. So, well, I'm going to have to put him in travel mode to get up there. Alright, do it. No effect. Oh, lost 5 men. Ouch. That did not go as planned. Alright, you. Same thing. Put you in travel mode. And I wanted to get you the same spot. Oh my god, where the hell are you going? Seriously? Down there? That's not where I wanted you to go at all. Excuse me guys, just coming through. Just watch it. Watch it. Oh my god. He had like 85 guys, so still took quite a beating there. That was not cool at all. 52 men. You're gonna come 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Can't reach this guy. This is an orchard. This is an axis improved position. All right, let's move this guy right there. All right, no more movement for you. Got it. You're all fixed, every one of you guys. You are not. Where can I get you? Nowhere. Where can I get you now? Bring up another mortar. Where are we going to go with this guy? Good question. Most of his infantry's there. Alright, come here. You guys are not fixed. What are you? You're engineers? 3 of you? Interesting. I'm going to put you guys in travel mode. They got mines there. That's not cool. Oh. We're going to bring you guys out there. And then I want to move just this guy here. Just so I don't have them all stacked in the same spot. Actually, you can move all the way there. All right, do it. All right, I don't like to have all my guys stacked in one spot. So, let's see. Just checking out the chat here. We got a nice conversation going on. Korean War squad battles. Kill them all, let God sort them out, as Al Red Sox fan says. Ah. All right, we are almost done with turn number 2. Now let's check our mission again because maybe we moved somebody up. Nope. Okay. Let's check our. We're going to click on the enemy hex first, and then we're going to check on our air mission. No air missions. Okay, so we don't have to worry about that. I wonder, can I take you out of travel mode? Oops. So I want these guys to be out of travel mode when they assault these hexes next turn. But of course, it lets the enemy shoot at you for free, unfortunately. Oh, hey, you haven't moved at all. Where can you go? Let's start bringing this guy up, say, here. Alright, plenty of vision. Start shooting. Oh, you're done. Okay. You, move you right up the, actually, let's see. Yeah, we can go to that spot. Okay, good. You, make it there. Oh, Jesus Christ, I hate their AI pathing. So it needs something to be desired. Alright, so you shoot this guy now. All that and didn't even get a kill. That's alright, that's alright. You're done. You could move, but yeah, I think I will move you. Actually, I will move you. Oh my god! If you guys do any damage to me whatsoever, I'm gonna have to do it my own self, I guess. Do have this unit has a shot. That's our flak gun. Nah, sure, take a shot. Shoot him again. Damn. Lost a guy. He got hit in the head. You're done. You're done. You're done. Just checking to see if everyone's done. You can take a shot. Hey, got another man out of it. Oh, we lost a man, though. Man down, as Al Red Sox fan says. Man down, man down. All right, you actually are going to move right there. Get in that little bunker there. Because he's a spotter for this guy, right? So we should be able to attack with this guy now. Say, this guy? What? Oh, was it this guy? Hey, that might have been a waste. Might have been. You guys all shot, yes? Yeah, you can move up a little bit, sure. Why not? What do we got to lose? Sure. Bring them up a little bit. And these guys are all fixed. Yep. All right, so that'll be the end of turn 2. Whew. KWSB is another tiller game. KWSB. All right, let's we'll let the computer take their turn. Then we'll probably call this episode. Smoke 5, 1 artillery unit unavailable, 4 units are disrupted or broken out of 8. So we got 4 units back. Oh, this guy, that's a bummer. And that guy, and that unit, and that unit. So 4 more are still disrupted though. Oh yeah, blew that unit right out of the water. Look at that. That poor unit's taking a beating. But we're giving it right back to him. We're giving it right back to him, so that's good. Ugh, 4 men. 4 men. Ugh. Do you guys think that's too loud, or is that volume okay? Ugh. These poor guys, man, they took a beating. Oh my God, 5 units, jeez. These guys are down to 31 men. It's fine. Okay. Thank you, Westpool. Thank you. What Al Red Sex volume is okay. All right. Thanks, Al. Thank you. All good if you're not scouting infantry. Oh, got a vehicle. Oh, good. Oh, good. A couple more of his vehicles dead. Oh, we disrupted him too. Yeah, that tank unit's dead. We're going in, boys. We're going to go in with infantry. We're going to just assault that thing. Ten smoke. One artillery is unavailable. One unit recovered fatigue. Notice we did not have any broken units or disrupted units. The enemy has quite a few. One there, one there, one there. We ended up blowing up his tank unit that was covering this village here, so that's gone. We disrupted this guy. That's good. You have a range of 16 hexes. Can't see that guy because the village is blocking the path. Line of sight. That's too bad. Well, are these guys still fixed? Looks like they're all still fixed. That's fine. All right, we're going to file, save as. We're going to call this live stream number 3 because we're starting turn 3. And we'll probably call this an episode. And then we'll be back to play turn number 3 next time. Hopefully you guys were able to check out some of the stuff in the beginning. We talked about some of the different scenarios, not only in this, but in Kursk as well. And the fact that some of the scenarios in Kursk just seem a little unbalanced. I don't know. It just seems a little unfair. Yeah, it's crazy. So, yeah. And we talked about how to play in some of the different keys, you know, using your vision to see what you can see. Also clicking on what the enemy can see. Your ranges to find out how far your units can move. Gray Mauser, Al Red Sox fan, Westpool. Who else showed up tonight? I think that was pretty much it. I mean, there's a lot of people that showed up, not too many speaking, but that's good. That's all good. I appreciate everyone that did stop out tonight. If you're watching this on YouTube later, thanks a lot. We'll see you hopefully soon with another episode here. This is John Tiller's Battle for Normandy. Of course, this is part of the Panzer Battles series. We looked at a lot of the different games on the John Tiller software page. So definitely go there and check it out for yourself. Brand new additions, the Stalingrad 42 Gold and the Smolensk 41 Gold, just released, believe it or not, yesterday. I didn't even know this myself. I just happened to go there today and noticed that they had released yesterday, December 18th. So these are gold editions, so they're new scenarios, new maps, new counters. You know, just go to the products page and you can read all about it and check out all the new content and all the new features. So highly recommend it. Anyways, thanks everyone that showed up tonight. Appreciate it. Have a great evening. If you haven't already, go to Al Red Sox Fan, AL Red Sox Fan. Check out his channel as well. He does a lot of really cool content. And he's just a fun guy to listen to and watch as well. So check out his channel as well. Anyways, Westpool, Gray Mauser, Al Red Sox Fan, and everyone else that's joined me tonight, thanks so much. Hope you guys have a great evening. We'll see you guys soon. Thanks for watching. Take care, and God bless.